First thing I'm going to do is remove this piece of tile. I just have a little dab of thin set on there, and that needed to be there because it helped me to get this alignment. Okay, the important thing about adding cement over old cement is that you need to have some kind of a bonding agent. And I'm going to coat not only the mortar bed here, which is really pretty hard and dry, with thin set, but also the noble seal. Cement won't stick to it either, and thin set makes a real good bonding agent anytime you're dealing with mortars. Now, to build this out, I'll just go a little bit at a time. You notice I really ram it in there. Here's a tool that I made to trim out the rough mortar, but the problem with it is that it has too tight of a radius. So what I've done is taken just a piece of 2x and put it on a bandsaw and cut it out. You can see here the difference. Once this mortar sets up, I'll just use this tool as a scraper to scrape the excess away. But for right now, I want to use it as a gauge to make sure I don't have any shallow spots. I've got quite a bit of mud to remove there, and it looks like, yeah, even that'll be okay. Remember, this is going to be going in quite a bit. So now looks like a good time to go have lunch. Let that get real nice and firm. Okay, I want the sides of my little radius tool to contact the flat portion of the original mortar bed. Now, once I get that cleaned out, I can take the tool. I've soaked it in water so it doesn't suck up any of the moisture in the mud. And then I just scrape. Now, what makes this so easy to do is that I've waited until the mud has set up real nice and firm. And I'm not trying to take all this off at once. I just pare it down a little bit at a time. Just scraping it. Now, you want to be careful as you approach the original setting beds. You don't want to dig out any more than you have to. Okay, once you get up towards the top, you don't want to tear any of this out. So instead of going from bottom to top, go from top to bottom. And do your scraping. Then when this portion of the wall gets in the way, stick something over here. Just do a little bit of wiggling. Now all I need to do is measure and cut the tiles that will line the cove. There, that looks fine. Now to get this sizing, I have a flexible ruler that I just jam in there, and I determine by the overall length, divide by 4 or 6, whatever I think is going to work out right, and just bring the tiles to the cutter and cut them off. It's a good way to get rid of scrap tile too. Now I need to start the process of shimming them up and spacing them out. It'll take a little while for me to line the entire column, but it'll be worth it. You just can't get results like this out of a box. There. Doesn't that look nice? Now there are a couple things that make this work. First of all, this wall and this wall are both plumb. Otherwise, this would just be a tapered mess. The second thing is mud. It doesn't always have to be floated flat. It can be formed into a curve or sculpted into practically any shape. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this wall in backer board. You don't have to float your entire shower to get a detail like this. By using thinset as a bonding agent, you can float for a special detail just like this. I like the dramatic effect of taking a hard material and bending it around a curve. You don't have to duplicate the pattern I've used here. The cove corner that you see is not a true arc, so I could have gone full tile, half tile, quarter, quarter, half, and then back to full. The important thing is to learn the fundamentals of the materials and then let your imagination take over. Remember, the alternative, a skinny sliver of tile running straight down to the tub. Next I'll tile the two remaining surfaces of the pony wall, and then I'll tile the window jamb.